said Dave and Daughtery and Keith Davis, a bunch of people that's contacted me that would be interested. So,
Joe Civic says he has no mounting brackets. Is she waiting on me down there, or do you know?
no, she just unlocked the door. I just wanted to respond, I guess, to the Channel 6 story. There was a story, you know, about the hospital board in there. There was a quote, so I felt like I needed to respond to it. There was a quote from Jeff. He said, I presented an idea that is both controversial and would take a lot of work to implement. That said, my idea would give immediate property tax relief to the people of Massac County and provide funds to renovate the courthouse. Commissioner Jayson Farmer disagrees with my idea. I'm hopeful he and Commissioner Gerald Childers will present an idea that will fund courthouse repairs and lower taxes. So I wanted to respond to that. Mr. Weber's idea of selling the hospital is not allowed by law. The county must find a realistic solution to fund the renovation of the courthouse, and we have a short time to find that solution. The county only has permission from the Supreme Court of Illinois to use the old Ventura building as a temporary court facility until December. Without a solution, the county will be without a court facility and will be unable to perform central functions of county government, the administration of justice. I agree that reducing property taxes is important. And that's why I supported a proposal to fund renovation of the courthouse through a sales tax rather than additional property taxes. Unfortunately, Mr. Weber has actively worked against this alternative, instead only put forward an idea that would drastically cut resources and funds for public health and safety. So I want to make sure I responded to that.
So what? You're certain it would drastically reduce services? I'm not certain it would, but I'm not saying it won't either, which is irrelevant.
Right.
I just, you know, I'm open to any idea. Just, you know,
I'm open to ideas, but I'm open to ideas that are lawful.
well, I mean, laws are made every day. Laws are, I mean, if you talk to an attorney, they'll tell you that the laws change. They evolve. Now, that's what I say. I mean, it would be a long road, yes.
If the law is changed prior, then that is an option we can look at. But to me, it's an option you can't look at if the law hasn't been changed. And that's just my opinion. Well,
Everybody's got one.
So anyway, I just wanted to make sure I responded to that.
So you have no plan right now to?
My plan
Your plan is a tax increase?
My plan is a 1% sales tax increase. That is fair and balanced. It's not hitting just the taxpayers in Massac County. It's not raising property taxes. It's not, you know, and I think we all can agree that it's a possibility that the hospital board will maybe get off the levy, and that was going to save the taxpayers, and that's all of our goal is to save the taxpayers some money on their property tax bill. And that is a possibility. It's not our decision.
Are they telling you that? Because none of them have told me. I have heard rumors of that.
I haven't had any one person tell me that. I've not had a board member tell me that. I've had someone that works for the hospital that does make decisions, and that is a possibility maybe for them to relieve of a levy, you know, to save us.
Well, that will help the taxpayers some.
And I support that, and I hope it's something that we can get accomplished. It's just not going to happen
I guess
overnight.
my question to them would be, you say you will, but why haven't you? Now, I haven't asked them yet, but I mean, if they tell me that, that is a question I will.
Right.
It's unfortunate that before anybody can even we'll even come up with an idea that the courthouse has gotta get in such disarray.
It's not, I don't think it's disarray, it's just the facts are December of this year.
You don't think this courthouse is in disarray?
Well, yeah, I understand that, that's not the question,
Well, I
that's
think
not
it
the
is.
question I'm answering. The question is, we have a deadline in December of this year, and we have to work, as commissioners, we have to, a job to get that done, and to work actively and try to come up with a plan. And that's just how I'm responding to this,
That's your
statement
response. Fair enough.
that you put out there. So,
Your response is you would like a sales tax. I'm
that's correct.
understanding.
That is correct.
Okay. You got anything to add there? You're welcome. Put your thoughts in.
Mr. Henry told me at 8 o'clock this morning, he thought it was a possibility we could do away with that, what, $180,000.
What they're collecting the levies.
But, where you got his information.
I was told that by a hospital employee, but this particular hospital employee makes no administrative decisions either.
Well, we're in the light, hopefully, they can do that stuff right now.
Have you got any ideas on how to lower taxes and?
Well, what? Not at this time. But I'm working on it.
I appreciate that.
That sheet you gave us, that piece of paper, we'll start, and we'll move forward.
Has anybody ever talked about the history of the budget, the history of the spending plan? Like it's showed in percentages versus inflation rates. Has that ever been talked about? It has? Pre-Jeff Weber, I guess.
I think so, yeah.
I think we've always, cost of living.
Well, I'm gonna go listen to this gentleman present his ideas. Until there is discussion, there's not gonna be any solutions. So, come up with your own controversial plan. I mean, you're gonna hurt my feelings. Well, look, just give me your opinion on local Massac County economy. What do you think? Are we adding jobs? No. There's a few little old pole barns here and there built. We're not really adding big time development that I know of. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not seeing it. There's no. There's a couple subdivisions, but they're stagnant at best, aren't they?
To dig out on it.
Well, okay. Ted has mentioned that we need more activity in the industrial park. I agree. Everybody, I think, agrees that we need more economic activity. How do we get to that?
Well, what have you done to help that?
Well, I would like to come up with ways to fight property taxes and higher taxes. The one thing that I am certain of, increasing any tax will not stimulate an economy. I don't care whether it's Massac County or a city metropolis or federal. When taxes go up, it hurts an economy. That's a fact, the best I can present.
That fish place out there, but I understand them in the background. Now, there's another one you're gonna come in beside them, but no, I guess not.
Well, this just isn't on Massac County. I mean, I'm not saying this is all our fault. We are geographically screwed, that's what I say. We got easy access to a more business-friendly climate right across the river. That's why you got a Williamson County Massac County's dead. But until there's tax relief, you will not see economic growth in Illinois overall. And it's not just tax relief, there's so much crap going on in Springfield. Like I say, I'm not saying it's all our fault, but we gotta at least do what we can. Raising taxes, in my opinion, stagnates your economy. How are you gonna invite businesses in and say, come do business in our county? We're gonna tax you more than the one across the river, or more than across the county line, or.
So I know myself personally, I travel a lot on the weekends to tournaments, soccer, baseball. A lot of these cities you go into, the hotel tax,
Yeah, 8% or 9.
12, 14% now. Because for them to provide things in their community, they tax the people traveling in.
Do you think we should address a county-wide hotel tax?
That's one of the reasons they have these huge soccer complexes, the baseball complexes, or swimming complexes, or whatever, is because they're taxing the people that's coming in to participate.
Well,
Restaurant
they're
taxes,
bringing the people in and then turn around and tax them.
and they're using that money to fund those things. I think a tax can be helpful if it's used for the proper thing. If it brings people into your community, I think sometimes the tax works. I just know this hotel tax.
Is that something maybe that you think we should work with the city of Metropolis on, get their opinion?
I know they have a city tax on hotel already. From what I understand, the county can't piggyback on it. I'll be happy to look into it.
You wanna talk to Patrick about that, or?
I know we have in the past, but we can't.
I see, that's the first.
Yeah,
I
it's just, I
don't
understand
know.
there's only one municipality tax can be added to it, and they've maxed it out, but I might be wrong. We can check into it, but yeah, that would be a resource. But they use it as a hotel tax, what I understand, they use it for marketing, to help bring, the Superman celebration, the archery thing. They use the money for that purpose, to help bring people back into the community. That's what they use that money for. We can't use that money to remodel the courthouse or something, but we could help use it for tourism.
Well, like you say, that's good, but in the short term, here we are.
These industrial points now. As far as taxes goes, that bias too, they want that.
Do you blame them?
Well, they can get money. They'll pay for sure. They take up those mortgages and
Philadelphia lawyers.
That's all I have on.
I reckon your daddy voted for Ronald Reagan.
I don't know if you did or not.
Never got that deep with him.
I bet he
I bet he did too. I bet even his mom did.
My mom, that was the first time she'd ever voted in her life.
Really?
She registered and voted so she could vote for Ronald Reagan.
He had good plans, and they worked.
Good president. You follow up on these two bills?
We'll get them paid today.
That's pretty quick follow-up.
It is.
Has anybody been to the Van Terra building? Is there any more building going on that I haven't been in there?
No, I haven't, last week at work. I was gonna follow up with John Bills. See if he's got those covered.
I would table on the Massac Memorial until next week, so you want on the agenda next week.
Sid.
Gives Jeff an opportunity to talk to speak to us.
Do you want me to talk to those other two individuals that
You want? Yeah.
you want me to talk to them? They may say, heck no, I don't want to be on that. Put the X may on it.
You will pick up those signs down there?
I am. Am I supposed to lock that door or?
I guess. I mean,
I don't know
I don't know
if
if
you
you
ain't
can.
gotta have a key or what. Maybe after I pick them up or.
So does Joe need anything?
Um, he has no mounting hardware at all. I said, I'll see what we have. Okay, sounds good. So who knows what's down there? Nobody does, do they? Unless
I
Abby
think
did.
Jess has a lot of it with him, but I could get Jess just to tell him that we're gonna have the county put those signs up from now on, and ask if he can drop off the mounting stuff at Joe's office. At work hard.
Yeah.
I'll text Jess and ask him to do that.
Does he text?
I don't know. Never have
You're just
tried.
gonna text him, huh? He's going to.
He's gonna learn.
Are you learning yet, Gerald? Do you send anything back? Kay, anything?
But, the phone quit before I got posted.
Huh?
I was punching in
The text?
the phone's quit.
You mark it up.
I guess it's too slow. I don't know why I did. Haven't done it since.
You're not getting texts?
Yeah, I'm getting,
Okay, cause I sent you one this
Yeah.
morning on the
You
radio.
just can't text back.
yeah. It's a one-way deal.
Michelle, what's your thoughts? Give me a thought of the day. How we gonna cut taxes? I want my people to keep the money they work for. I mean, it is their money after. Don't you wanna keep some of it? More?
Yeah.
Well, give me an idea. Pressure's on.
What's the amount you said?
Yes, foods looks like,
18?
yeah, almost 1900.
What'd you say the other one was?
EFG Performance Foods, it's, about 10 now, it's 900. You said US Foods was holding up the order because they didn't pay for last one. Ship
We'll
that.
get that.
That's only two mentioned.
Okay.
We'll get those three paid today.
Not really, I mean, it's not three, I mean, it's not,
Yeah,
small.
it's not even.
Just tell me what they told me.
Yeah, I know.
30 days.
People,
30
people, for
days.
some reason, they want their money where the product don't take. I mean, I don't believe it.
Okay,
I don't judge them.
unless he hits me with something else, I don't imagine.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks.
thanks.
You know, I got a pen and paper if you need it. Oh, you had your paper, I thought you was looking at your hand.
No, no, no.
Was you able to talk to the, state or anything about that mowing in one of those sections, the sheriff, radar?
I called out there and told him.
Okay, thank you. That's all you can do?
Donnie, that rough on them mowers, and we got fired full time, next thing you know, both tractors are down, or what? You tell me
Well,
about
see,
that.
I hadn't even been mowing.
Oh, you ain't been mowing?
What's those guys do if the tractors are down?
Well, we still have two. They're out on them.
Okay.
One of them doesn't have a cab though. It's,
Is that old blue one? I seen that thing out in the world.
yeah.
That's their punishment for tearing that thing out.
Until he's ready for the other one to get fixed.
Well, yeah.
You probably slip a kilo some money under the table to get that in front of the line.
We were keen on mowing on that one last week. About half ready.
When they're doing that, does any of them want to start a little earlier, just quit early, or anybody ever mention that? Or,
I hadn't really given that option. I mean, we can do it.
I don't see a problem with it, cause it's not like somebody's out there, I don't think there should be one guy out there, you know, cause that, you know, something was to happen, God forbid, you don't need to be out there by yourself.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they're close together.
Pretty close, yeah. I mean, they got radios and everything, cell phone. it's always nice to have those two
That
together.
hand, yeah.
The last couple of days, Jordan's been going by himself. Today, Steve back to back. So, good deal. I can ask them that if they have any desire to start earlier, get done earlier.
Something like that. Circles. Steve's an early riser, it wouldn't bother him. Or I think he is. Like I said, don't do that at 10 o'clock in the morning.
That's the,
All the other stuff.
this is Steve. Girl, I think we had that hot thing.
Oh, did you get done?
Yeah, who was that? They actually, I need to actually bill them for rock if you're using something.
Mike Shank.
Mike Shank.
Yeah.
Does he live out there?
Yeah.
We got that for him.
He can be able to afford that.
He just took one load of gravel, so
He's got everything done.
it'll be about.
Plus
Oh,
fuel,
you just charged for the
plus
rock.
the fuel surcharge. $300 trip surcharge. Guy got that, he gotta make a little money.
There we go. Get all that money back.
Keep some books up there in that barn. Yes.
Who knew we had a walker around here again?
Other than that, you know, that, I don't know if y'all been out on Peak Hill Road at all, or you mentioned that. Somebody mentioned it, about the tar bleeding through and getting a little sloppy, but we
You go back out there and blow some lime on it or something.
spread some lime and chips on it, and it helped a lot. You know, there's no end in sight on weather, so
No.
it'll probably do it again.
What's wrong with that road? There's no base under it. I mean, it just,
Well, I don't know that I'll ever know what's actually wrong with it as far as that crack. We tried to patch that crack in that north lane, and I've heard tell that when that road was built years and years ago, it was built sort of like an Alden Road, and it had its timbers laid in, and that crack maybe right there with the timbers in, but that could be just a river. But it's gotta be something we can base on this crack.
well, there just ain't much to work with other than slop down there.
They used to go to the sawmill with slab.
I can believe it because it's a pretty clean crack right down that one lane. It looks like it would be where something like that would be. One way to know is to dig it up, and I'm not really gonna do that.
It's last resort, isn't it?
It's pretty decent now since he's patched it.
You know, that road was always tar and chip and rough as a cob. And when they asphalt over that, how in the heck's that asphalt expected to stay? To me, it didn't have much of a foundation under it to begin with. Is that, I guess, normal practice to just,
Conceivably, there ought to be rock underneath the old shed.
you know,
It should be a decent enough base. But if you were gonna build a road from dirt up, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you probably build it a little bit more substantial.
yeah,
I mean,
surge rock, put the dust and then pack it in.
one of the best practices that they do now in building roads is either lime or cement stabilize the base with dirt. And that helps. I doubt that was done on that. Anyway, then, looking at budgets and for your thoughts. I've been putting together some things from our history. If you guys are interested in coming out, looking at it in the office sometime. I've got some stuff to share with
And it's not good, is it?
No, no.
The service that everybody uses. Everybody.
I may be born in information on that. I've been looking at it myself, and I've just been scratching my head as to where.
You know what?
Wondering if I'm doing something wrong, and I'm not.
If you don't talk about taboo habits or taboo subjects, they don't ever get addressed.
It's just the availability of money is just the deal. It's just it.
Reading that. Speaking of which, what's the guy gotta do to get some rock? I'm just messing with you. Are the trucks up and running, or you still got, are you shy on trucks?
Most of the trucks are running. I mean, one water fountain's been out the other day, and we gotta get that.
Just no, nothing.
Right now, we just started spreading that pole down next year on some of the real rough spots. We'll probably pull and chip here in another month. Probably starting in July, sometime at the end of July.
Not like hauling hay. If it ain't 100, then you don't charge you. Ain't that right, girl?
I don't
Exactly right.
I don't like it. It's that hot.
I mean, it's about like playing golf, Jason. You're not a hay hauler. Are you not a golfer either?
Never played. No,
What about a hay hauler? You ever been in that?
I drove a truck.
You're gonna have to man it. Get out there and throw a few. It ain't too late to start.
It's too young. I drove a truck.
Yeah, well, working that way this summer is probably, it's not listed, but I would probably be wanting to do it five. Just get a choice whether you want to get it done. Get with that. We didn't, go on hold, I probably told them how to roll it yesterday too.
So we can have, get all those.
Anybody got that? The rope did.
Well, you need spread oil anyhow. If I get, my landowner out there with that loose little check. We'll be in touch. And Gerald, he'll haul something out there too, if we ever get caught up enough to do it. I won't put his on the farm. Cap it with supply. Finish the paperwork and Bill Nate's check.
There you go. Good enough.
Yeah. Stay cool, is all I can tell you.
Alright. That's an hour,
Yeah, take care.
He lived up, that place I sang, but he was in Massac. Well, he's moved back down now, so. He's interested. David Hearn, Brandon Thompson, Keith Davis, Mike Morgan, and Dr. Patel. And I think there's another one here, wasn't
Just the,
I'm sorry.
one of your
Gerald,
names, or the two that you contacted me.
Gerald, can you repeat that? I was on right with that.
Well, he had a name like, but she wasn't interested, right?
No,
Jane Gentry's not interested.
Kathy Powell and Andy Anderson was what,
What about them?
well, her
Their names
and
are-
then
okay.
both. And Jim Manway. We worked out there with.
Is that Carl's dad? Carl Means?
No. No.
No.
I don't know, I think he may have been really buying it or anything.
There's a Massac.
Yeah, he did Massac for a long time. David Hearn, Brandon Thompson, you know him.
Yeah, I know him. Insurance guy.
Now, did Keith Davis, was he interested or somebody brought his name up or, you know?
Keith told me he has interest to serve, yes.
Okay. Mike Mormon and Dr. Patel. Wants to be reinstated, I guess.
Also, I had another gentleman, David Daughtery, used to be a
Oh, yeah.
city council member. He said he would like to be considered as a candidate too.
was he on the school board?
I don't think he ever has been on the school board. He was a city council member for
Oh,
2 terms, I believe.
Come in. Hi.
Hey, all.
Good, how are you?
Am I right on time? I'm Darla Waters.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you all. So, they had asked me to come
Watch and see, you never know where it's
to the
gonna go.
meeting,
Yeah.
to the meeting because I'm currently working with the city as well on a benefit program that also creates tax savings for the county. And from Vienna, you may know my brother. He lives here in Metropolis. He's the band director for Massac Junior High and High School, David
Right.
Hannon.
Yes.
So it's my brother. But the program that we provide is very unique. It is not to change or replace anything that you currently offer. We definitely don't want to do that, especially if you're happy with the companies and the benefits that you do offer. Do you currently offer Aflac?
Yes.
Okay, great. As you would see through payroll, I'm sure you would see a lot of the employees that have gone with Aflac choose them for their short-term disability, their accident plans. That's really what they specialize in. But Liberty National gets confused with Liberty Mutual every day because that's one you see on TV. But that's not us. We're Liberty National, and we're 116 years old this year. We're the oldest insurance company in the nation, and we specialize in life and cancer. Okay. But what we provide is 2 benefits to every single employee with no purchase necessary for free. Okay. We do not advertise, so rather than spending multi-billions of dollars on TV, we would rather put that right back into our clients. We do say that comes from the county, so that puts some brownie points in you all's pockets. But those 2 free benefits are an accidental death policy. It covers each employee $3,000 on their spouse, and $1,000 on each child. And that's free for them as long as they work for the county. Okay. Then we also provide a free health discount card. Now, Liberty National just came out with that this past year because we saw such a need with the changes of health insurance. Thank goodness that's not what we do, but a lot of times we are finding that people are paying more for less coverage with the health insurance. So that discount card gives discounts on vision, hearing, prescriptions, and chiropractic. Now, it is not guaranteed. Some places do not accept discount cards. But when they receive it in the mail, it will have a website they can go to that will pull up every place here in the area that does accept it. And those that do accept it, it is a great discount card. I get 20% off of my contacts, which is wonderful because my health insurance no longer covers vision. I've had clients tell me they've gotten up to 60% off of prescriptions, $30 off of a copay for chiropractic. So it is a great discount card that is absolutely free to every single employee. Okay, so those 2 free things to everyone. And then basically I sit down with each employee. It takes about 5 minutes to ask them 2 questions. Do you currently have life insurance outside of work? Most people say no. Okay, most people just do not have that taken care of outside of work. And if they don't, we offer a life insurance policy that no other company has. It is permanent. So it covers them the rest of their life. It goes to age 100, but the price will never go up. The benefit amount will never go down. It is fully portable, so no matter when they leave or retire, they don't lose it. They get to take it with them. For employees that are 55 and younger, it is paid off at age 65, which is huge. My dad just retired 2 years ago from EEI, worked there for 32 years. The life insurance policy he had through work was gone when he retired. They had a 20-year term policy outside of work. When that termed out last year, he wanted to just renew a small portion, a $15,000 benefit amount, just enough to bury it. And with high blood pressure and high cholesterol at his age, he can't get anything. And a lot of people just don't realize that. He said, my gosh, if I'd have known that 20 years ago, I'd have done it then. But people just don't know, okay? So how it's designed is you end up paying in less than half of what it's worth. That's just to age 65. So then after that, it is invaluable. If you live to be 85, 95 years old, that's an additional 20, 30, however many years on top of that for done and paid for, and you have it. It is also on a pre-tax basis, so it saves them up to 20% on the price. It's the best, cheapest way you can possibly get it, and that's where the tax savings comes in for the county as well, with it being on a pre-tax basis. Okay.
Meaning, the employee would not ever write a check, it would be held out of their check.
Yes, it is payroll deduction.
So therefore, the county would not be paying social security taxes on that portion.
Correct. So for every dollar that an employee spends on a pre-tax benefit, 10 cents on that, every dollar is saved on payroll tax as well. Okay. So it's a
It's a
free
no-brainer.
savings for the county, free, because there is no cost to the program. So, and then the only other question that I really ask the employees is, do you currently have any type of cancer coverage or a cancer policy? Some may have that through Aflac or, other companies. And if they do, great, keep it, don't change it. But we have a cancer policy, again, that is very unique, okay? It does cover them the rest of their life. Any other cancer policy out there starting at age 65 starts decreasing in benefit, which is usually when you need it the most, right? So that's very important. But all of the benefits pay you. So it doesn't matter what your health insurance does. I have people that are veterans that purchase this policy every day, and if they were to go to a VA for treatments, they're not out a dime. But you still get this money. It pays you directly. $3,500 upon diagnosis, $250 per day in the hospital, $2,000 for surgery. We're the only company that covers post-mastectomy and reconstructive surgery for breast cancer. $250 for an outpatient surgery if you just have a mole removed or something. God forbid anyone would need private duty nursing or hospice. We cover $75 a day on those. This is the big one, chemo and radiation treatments. We pay $500 per treatment. Now in comparison, Aflac covers $300 per day on the radiation. It does not cover that under chemo, and that's important. I went through 42 rounds myself, and that would have been $21,000 just for that benefit. So it's very, very valuable. A lot of people are able to take a chemo pill now, which is wonderful, but it's very expensive. We cover $10,000 a year on that. A lot of people have to go through blood transfusions going through treatments. We cover $500 a day on that. New and experimental drugs and treatment. Most people do not realize no insurance company in the world will cover that, not even your health insurance. And a lot of doctors are using that now. I have a lady from Heron. She, 38 years old, 3 little kids, had surgery, it came back, went through chemo radiation, didn't work. So she went to Chicago for the stem cell. She's now in remission, and we covered it 60%. So that's huge, okay? Now transportation is something people just don't think about, but my gosh, we normally don't stick around here. We're going to Nashville or St. Louis or Chicago, and then it adds up quickly. So we cover 25 cents per mile if you go over 100 miles away, 6 times a year anywhere in the country you would want to go for treatment. This is not short-term disability, but we have a little bit of that built in it as well. We do pay $100 per week, up to 26 weeks, that's half the year off work, as well as, it's not critical illness, but we cover some of those as well. The main ones that I've seen are Lou Gehrig's or MS, but those things, those critical illnesses are also covered under the hospital confinement of $250 per day in the hospital for those things as well. Okay. This is also a pre-tax benefit. I want to give you just an example of how affordable this is. I just finished enrolling the housing authority here in town this morning. Had a young family, gentleman was 38 years old. For the entire family, it cost them $5 a day for the whole family. And that price is locked in, will never go up, it will cover them the rest of their life. So those are the 2 main things that we offer. We do also offer an accident plan, a critical illness plan that also covers heart issues if someone were to need those things. But the 2 main things, like I said, are the life insurance. It's not a question of if you'll use it, it's when. Hopefully it's at the ripe old age of 95, but we never know that day or time. And nobody wants to burden their family with paying for final expenses. So it's even more important to me now that I've seen how it's affected my family and my dad, and not being able to be covered after retirement. So that's important. And then secondary to that is cancer. Most likelihood of having to use it. 1 in 2 men, 1 in 3 women. in their lifetime will have some form of cancer. And if it runs in your family, you might as well pick one, you know, like mine. So, but any questions on the life insurance or the cancer insurance at all?
I had a question. You said the life insurance would go with the person once they retire. The other programs, is that the same way?
Yes.
Or does this stop?
All of our benefits are fully portable and locked in. You know, price will never go up. And like I said, the life insurance by law is pre-taxed for the employee, and then even the family cancer plan is pre-taxed as well. So, especially with the number of employees that you all have, about 120 or so.
No.
No, 85? I was off. Or told wrong, I don't know which,
Yeah.
but still, that's a large group of people. We on average have a 60% participation rate. I don't know how yours is with your health insurance or Aflac, but that's a really high number. And a lot of people think that's kind of crazy to say 60%, but the need is there, so.
What do you know if it's something the board wants to go forward with? Do you just have a few meetings and so people can attend and you do your presentation?
How it works is, it is a Section 125 cafeteria plan with it being pre-taxed, so it is required that I meet with every single employee. Number one, to make sure everybody gets those 2 free benefits, okay? As well as to show no discrimination, okay? We have to make sure it's at least offered. And even if they don't want to purchase anything, they sign off saying it was offered, they get their 2 free ones and they're on their way. So we fill out paperwork, it's just general information to get pre-qualified, okay? And then per department, I would set up times that are most convenient with each department, especially with police department and things of that nature. I'm used to working around the clock. Shift changes are usually a great time, you know, to meet with people. I bring in breakfast, lunch, whatever time that may be, and it takes about 5 minutes per person, and it goes really, really quickly. With 85 people, we'd be done in about 3-4 days. But we, you know, I would speak with each department head on when would be the most convenient time. So that's generally how that works. We're gonna be getting started with the city the second week of July. So summertime's a great time normally to do that.
Won't chew that over. That's a lot of information in a hurry.
Sorry, I'm a fast talker.
That's all right.
But it is a great program. Like I said, it costs the county absolutely nothing to
But on
do.
the paperwork side for the county clerk's office, what will they have responsibility-wise?
Do you do payroll? Yes. Okay. So this is the information basically that that we need, and it's just billing address, how the employees get paid, or how deductions would be done, whether that's weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, and then a roster of employees, just their names and hire dates for eligibility purposes. The minimum requirement to be full-time with us is on average 28 hours a week. So sometimes people that are deemed part-time are eligible with us if you want them to be. We base that off of what you want. If you say nobody's offered benefits unless they work 35 hours a week, then we base it off of that. So just name and hire date for that purpose. And then as far as payroll deductions are concerned, I used to run payroll for a company that had much fewer employees, 35, but it can be a nightmare. So we make that as sweet and simple as possible. You have options, either to receive a paper bill and pay with a paper check, old-fashioned way, it's my favorite way, or we have an option to pay online and do it that way. But deduction forms are very sweet and simple. I should bring one in with me. We have it broken down per pay for you, per employee, and whether it's pre-taxed or after-tax. So everything's broken down for you. Once you enter it into your computer, unless the person increases their benefits, it's not going to change, which is nice, because I know with the health insurance and other benefits, you know, constantly have to go in there and change their deduction. So it's a sweet and simple process.
Unfortunately, with CIC, we have to have them to set all this up.
Why is that?
because we can't even put in a new employee. They have to do it. And
They-
especially if it's pre-tax and after-tax, we don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. And so, yeah, CIC would have to do that.
So you have an outsourced payroll company that, or an accountant that helps you?
We have a company
Okay,
that isn't very good.
me too, that,
They have a
okay.
company that does their computer, their programming
The
and
software.
software.
Sure.
We've had it for a little while, but it's just a lot of learning curve still.
Gotcha, okay. And we work with them as well, even if it's completely out of your hands and in theirs to set that up. Is that out of, where is that out of?
Kansas.
Oh. I've sat with hours, on the phone with companies out of St. Louis, out of Louisville, with payroll, getting everything set up for them. So that's on me, okay? So we take care of all that for you, make sure everything's set up correctly. As far as customer service is concerned, that's first and foremost in my book. I'm local with your, Diana, so.
So you don't necessarily, you said, you didn't have any marketing material for us to leave to the employees. That's something that you do not do to save
Correct.
money.
Correct. Yeah, we do not hand out any information on our benefits unless it's face-to-face with a licensed agent.
Okay.
We just want to make sure they understand the benefits. They have questions, I'm right there in front of them, and things, so.
Would you have a card for us that we could, Jeff, and all of us to
Sure.
have? What do you think, Jeff, a week or two, let the employees kind of, because they'll read about this in the newspaper, and I'm sure they'll be contacting us if they're interested or not interested.
Well,
We can go from
honestly,
there.
you probably won't. I mean, unless someone has just, it's really been weighing on their heart to
People
get
don't,
something.
they don't wanna talk about it.
They don't. Nobody wants to talk about it. And honestly, when you say, if you were just to ask somebody, hey, do you want, more benefits offered, all they hear is more money coming out of their paycheck, and they're gonna say no. But like I said, when we sit down with them and explain to them, hey, this is gonna cover you the rest of your life. When you retire, you don't lose it. Paid off at 65, you're looking at $5 to cover your entire family on that cancer plan. We have 60% participation. So, yeah.
Thank you, Pamela.
But yeah, if you have any questions or anything, just let me know. And the pre-approval process is really simple. Like I said, it's just getting the general information, a roster of the employees, a signature stating that you do agree to do payroll, deduction and receive the tax savings as the county. But I offer this program to virtually every single municipality, city, county, housing authority south of Effingham. You guys have had some changes in the last few years on your county board and things that about 6 years ago it was not passed. But that's when I think you all have had many changes in your health insurance in the recent past. So, and it's affected everybody. It really has. But so is the city, and the city is now on board as well. So it'll be offered to all the city employees. So, like you said at first, it's kind of a no-brainer. If there's no cost to the county, everybody gets free benefits, and it gives you tax savings. Kind of why not? It's just a great opportunity. So.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you all very much for your time, I appreciate it. Who should I, when, you said about a week or two, and who should I call? Who do you want to
Jeff's
call?
our chairman.
Okay.
Get back on the agenda maybe in 2 weeks, will that work?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that'll work. Okay, thank you all very much for your time, I appreciate it, nice to meet you
Good
all.
to meet you. Take care.
Uh-huh.